Hello guys, this is Don's Movies, and welcome to another Warcraft lore video. Today I will be talking about the Eredar. The Eredar are one of the most important Burning Legion races, if not the most important after Sargeras, and they also have different variations such as the Draenei, so without further ado, let's just get into their story. Long ago, the Eredar lived in peace on the world of Argus. Throughout the entire universe, they were one of the most intelligent races with supreme magical affinity. For this exact reason, they were contacted by the Dark Titan Sargeras. Sargeras offered their three leaders, Archimonde, Kil'Jaeden and Velen, vast powers that would make them an even greater race. Out of the three, Velen was the only leader to see through this. He had a vision of the Eredar being turned into horrific demons, losing all they stood for. Much to his surprise, Kil'Jaeden and Archimonde greeted Sargeras with open arms, becoming the first sentient race of the Burning Legion. Through the guidance of the Naru, Velen fled the world with his Eredar followers, later renamed the Draenei, and his once brothers were infuriated and perceived this as an act of betrayal and made it their #1 goal to hunt him down. Ever since then, the Draenei have been on the run, with the Burning Legion constantly on their tail. They have inhabited and settled on many worlds, only to get discovered by the Burning Legion and be forced to retreat. All until one day when they discovered a world that was safe from the grasp of Kil'Jaeden. They named this world Draenor, meaning Exile's Refuge. They fully settled on this planet and lived there for a number of years, developing their culture and building many cities in the process. They even befriended and lived in peace with the most prominent of the native races, the Orcs. Unluckily for the Draenei, Kil'Jaeden did eventually manage to track them down, but this time he wanted to go for a smarter approach. Since he knew that Velen ran as soon as he saw a sign of the Burning Legion, he made sure that he doesn't suspect a thing. In order to make this work, Kil'Jaeden manipulated the Orcs, convincing them that the Draenei are their arch enemy and that they have to be eliminated at all costs. The Orcs hunted down the Draenei and made sure to kill every last one of them, almost wiping out their entire race. Unbeknownst to them, Velen and some of the survivors did manage to escape, still keeping the Draenei legacy alive. Sometime later, most of the Draenei managed to escape using the ship of Eredar, but since it was sabotaged by the Blood Elves, they crash-landed on the world of Azeroth. There is more story to this. I actually have an in-depth video on the Draenei themselves, but in this video I just wanna focus mainly on the Eredar. At this point, two versions of the Eredar race exist, the Draenei and the Man'ari. The Draenei are still the same race as they were before, just with a different name, but their appearance has remained the same, while on the other hand, the Man'ari are something completely different. Led by Kil'Jaeden and Archimonde, the Man'ari are the Eredar mutated by demonic powers. So far, we have seen them in many forms, shapes and sizes, but they don't exactly have a set appearance. For example, Archimonde resembles an Eredar quite a bit, with obvious signs of corruption, while Kil'Jaeden on the other hand is a completely different case, but in general their transformation is much the same as with most races that come in contact with demonic powers. So far we have noticed that they lose hair, they start getting spikes all around their body, their skin and eye color changes as well. They also get hooves, which to be fair the Eredar had anyways, but those of the Man'ari are quite a bit different and they're also a lot more prominent. Apart from just the Archimonde type of Man'ari, there are also the Vrat gods. They used to be Eredar as well and have been transformed, although they did go in a bit of a different direction. The biggest feature are their feet, as they have clawed feet unlike the hooves that most of the other Eredar have. The exact reason for this isn't really certain, but since they're used as the footmen of the Burning Legion, it could be some sort of a combat advantage. The height of the most Man'ari is between 8 and 15 feet, but we have seen Archimonde and Kil'Jaeden being able to change their height, so it is uncertain whether just the most powerful of the Man'ari have this ability or all of them. All of the Eredar speak the language called Eredun, which is also the official language of the Burning Legion, since the Eredar were the first intelligent race to be added to their ranks. However, there are different dialects between the demonic version and the Draenei version of the Eredun language. The fate of their homeworld of Argus is uncertain at this point, but we do know that it is almost lost if not destroyed, and we presume that it is a stronghold of the Burning Legion, thus being a demonic world. Alright, that is all I have for this lore lesson. Now, I do have a video on the Draenei and a Draenei RP guide and lore lessons on various different Draenei characters on the channel if you want to learn more about this topic. Do leave your suggestions for future videos, and also don't forget to like and subscribe if you're not subscribed already, as it really helps out the channel and keeps all the videos going. And thanks a lot for taking time out of your day to watch this video, and see you next time.